Grenada is said to be ranked in the top 5 largest CARICOM export destinations from Trinidad. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. To the news for Wednesday, February 1st, 2023, I am Sherry-Ann Noel. Data from the Central Statistical Office in Trinidad and Tobago ranks Grenada as the 5th largest CARICOM export destination from Trinidad, up 10 points from position 15 in 2021. This was outlined by Randall Karim, Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Trinidad and Tobago's Ministry of Trade and Industry, at the start of a 3-day doing business seminar in Grenada. The Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce is facilitating the seminar, which is organized by the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association.
With an average annual trade of approximately 88 million US. To put things in local currency perspective, that's over 600 million TT dollars on an annual basis. On this occasion, we have identified that Grenada is an essential market for the following sectors: chemicals, printing and packaging, construction products, and most importantly, food and beverage. From the government of Trinidad and Tobago's perspective, this visit is timely as it aligns with our strategic efforts aimed at increasing the value of non-energy exports over the next 3 years. More broadly, this visit will serve to reinforce the principles underlying the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, which is aimed at promoting the regional production of goods and services, especially with a view to maximizing foreign exchange earnings on the basis of international competitiveness.
28 companies registered with the TTMA, along with representatives from Export TNT and the Exim Bank, are on island for the 3-day mission, which began with an opening ceremony on Tuesday. TTMA's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Mahindra Ramesh Ramdeen, says while the first leg of the mission in 2021 was held virtually, the impetus for moving the meeting to Grenada is a visit last year by Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell. He was the featured speaker at the TTMA's President's Dinner.
At that time, he extended an invitation for us, the business community, Trinidad and Tobago, the government, to pay a visit to Grenada to explore opportunities, not just for Trinidad and Tobago exports to Grenada, but he spoke highly of the potential for investment, for collaboration, from sourcing material, to buy items from Grenada. So it was an easy task for me to convince my manufacturers, who represent a plethora of sectors stemming from printing and packaging, food and beverage, plastics, chemical, wood, you name it. We have a wide range of people here today. And they're all here to explore opportunities both ways. We are not seen as people coming here to only export to Grenada. We're here to see what opportunities exist, because we firmly believe that a rising tide raises all ships.
Deputy Permanent Secretary in Trinidad and Tobago's Ministry of Trade and Industry, Randall Karim, delivered remarks on behalf of his minister, Ms. Paula Gopiskun. P.S. Karim spoke of the long-standing trade relations between the two countries that have been built on mutual respect, friendship, and cooperation in numerous areas.
This trade mission, comprising over 40 business representatives from Trinidad and Tobago, signifies our commitment to deepening those ties and represents another important milestone in our bilateral relations. Grenada has always been a pivotal market and partner for Trinidad and Tobago. And this trade mission aims to provide our exporters with networking opportunities, a chance to share market information, and most importantly, the opportunity to meet buyers and agents here in Grenada.
President of the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Kenny John, says the Doing Business seminar is very significant as Grenada works to improve its trade industry to generate much-needed foreign exchange for its thriving economy.
It is important that the Chamber be part of a facilitation mechanism, yes, between our neighbors. Grenada has a long history with Trinidad. Many of our people have migrated to and live there. A number of what you call the soca artists and calypso artists from the past are related to Grenadians and families here. But more than that, we are long-time trading partners, and we feel it's necessary to be facilitators of this arrangement to encourage and facilitate trade generally. It augurs well for business, and so we're proud to do that.
Moving along, the Ministry of Agriculture wants to develop a policy framework to enhance Grenada's poultry sector. This is due to an increase in the market demand for poultry and poultry products, and with the intent to encourage the consumption of more local poultry. Poultry accounts for one of the single largest agricultural food import items. Chief Veterinary and Livestock Officer Dr. Kimon Cummins says while Grenada's poultry industry is fairly structured, it has potential to do much more.
It's also provide us with a great cheap source of protein. It's quite affordable. Almost everybody and anybody could, probably buy some chicken parts, or so it's a good source of protein, but it's very cheap. It's still one of the cheapest available meat on the market if you were to compare it with beef and pork and other protein products on the market. It also a great source of manure, especially for farmers who into crops. So the poultry industry, it reaches far reaches into other areas apart from just providing us with meat.
With the aim of promoting and creating an environment that is conducive to growth, Dr. Cummins says a number of initiatives will be implemented.
You have data collection analysis, which is very critical. We're looking at updating our database, knowing where our poultry farmers are, how much they have, what they have, when they have it, when it's available, so we can make good market projections and predictions. Building natural awareness and confidence around local poultry product. I think we need to do more PR around that area so persons would understand how important it is to consume local products. Again, there's always a notion that about quality, but maybe some packaging issue, but our quality has never been compromised. We always produce quality products, and I could attest to that because you go to the supermarkets, you see the quality of products that our farmers put there. It's comparable to any other product that you import.
He says plans also include building professional resilience and establishing and building financial stability in the Poultry Association and implementing a robust program for poultry sustainability. Local math teachers are being taught how to use the power of storytelling to teach math concepts to students. The teachers were engaged in a two-day workshop sponsored by Macmillan Education Caribbean, which is hosting a series of webinars and workshops termed Maximizing Math through the region. Education officials are optimistic that the sessions will improve mathematics results at all levels. Sarana Mitchell reports.
Several of the nation's teachers spent 2 days learning how to use storytelling to teach math concepts to students in the classroom. Steph King is an independent primary mathematics advisor and author of Max Math books for grades 3 and 4. King was in Grenada on Monday and Tuesday, facilitating a Macmillan-sponsored workshop for local math teachers.
As part of today, we're looking at the way in which we can use simple resources, things like post-it notes, counters, strips of paper and all that sort of thing, to actually set up tasks, practical activities in the classroom that get children engaged and hopefully loving mathematics as well. One of the first things we did this morning was to actually introduce the concept of perimeter and area. The teachers didn't know they were going to do that to begin with, through a story. And something I've been doing over many years now is the way in which we can use a story as a vehicle to actually introduce a mathematical idea. So rather than doing it as an abstract way, by giving it as a story, then hopefully children are therefore engaged in what the context is, have some sense of what it looks like in the outside world, and then start to link the mathematics to it.
Curriculum Officer for Mathematics in the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture, Lydon Richardson, says teachers will be going back to their schools to share the knowledge gained as the ministry seeks to get students loving mathematics.
Now, we all know the issues we have with mathematics on the island, with our students and teachers, so there's definitely an issue with the teaching learning process in mathematics. Now, for the past 2 days, what I've learned thus far is that I'm going to take a page from my colleague. Brains on, hands on. So there's a lot of activities starting from concrete. So we move from the concrete, pictorial, and abstract. The importance of that process, the importance of the questions you ask to get more from your students.
The Macmillan Country agent Cheryl Barnaby Bishop notes that there will be follow-up sessions.
We believe for this 70th anniversary, it won't be a hit and run, you know. So you do the workshop, you're gone, and that's it. Therefore, we will follow up with webinars, right, throughout the year, and also for them to come back again and do a follow-up. And like I'm here on the ground, and so I'm hoping probably to get a group of teachers who'll be able to build that learning community.
The workshops come as Macmillan Education Caribbean begin their 70th anniversary celebrations. For the National Report, I am Sarana Mitchell.
Thank you, Sarana. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Paging all Grenadians at home and in the diaspora to be part of the journey to 50. Reflecting on the past, planning for the future as we get ready to celebrate our 49th anniversary of independence. Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. Events to be observed for our 49th anniversary of independence include table tennis tournament at the CSA building, February 3rd and February 4th. Independence Calypso Finals, Subtez Bus Terminal, 8 p.m. February 3rd, February 4th. Open water swimming competition, Grand Mall Beach at 9 a.m. and beach tennis at Grandans Beach from 11 a.m. Also the Independence Boxing Tournament, February 4th, 8 p.m. at the Youth Center. National Independence Church Service, Grenada Trade Center, Sunday, February 5th, 3 p.m. National Colors Day, the Inter-Ministerial Display, and the 49th Cultural Extravaganza, 7 p.m. at the Granville Burst Terminal, February 6th. Then the Made in Grenada Expo, Military Parade, and Rally, 10 a.m. at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, Tuesday, February 7th. Happy 49th, Grenada.
Welcome back. New PAHO Director Dr. Jabas Barbosa says emphasis will be placed on ending the COVID-19 pandemic and building resilient health. He was sworn in on Tuesday as the new director, pledging to work in partnership with member states to end the pandemic and ensure that the region's health systems recover stronger than before. Dr. Barbosa, a national of Brazil, succeeds Dr. Carissa F. Etienne of Dominica. His tenure will focus on 5 strategic pillars: ending the pandemic with the tools countries have at hand, including surveillance and vaccines, applying the lessons learned from the pandemic to prepare for future health emergencies, guaranteeing rapid and equitable access to health innovations for all countries in the region, building resilient national health systems based on primary health care, and strengthening PAHO's capacity to help member states. Dr. Barbosa took office on Wednesday, February 1st, 2023. And with that story, come to the end of the National Report for Wednesday, February 1st, 2023. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sharian Noel, thanking you for viewing.